Foul ball to the right. Sorry for the technical difficulties as the camera had went out, and we thought we figured out that problem, and then a new one arose as our mixer was not then incorporating into the software that we use for you guys to hear us here from the booth. But we're back on, and it's the bottom of the 6th inning with one out, slow roller left side, and it gets past the third baseman, Cosenza. We'll see how they score that for Jaden Deal, who's now over at first base, as it was a tough play, so it could go down as a hit or as an error, and we'll let you know. But with that, we'll hand it off to Noel Ferry.
Thank you, Andrew. Just a friendly reminder, Kuziak Construction, a proud partner of the Lake County Corn Dogs, is your complete home improvement expert. From home remodeling, repairs, and roofing, we do it right. Contact us today at 219-923-3007. Back to work. Nanfeld takes strike one.
And that's a new pitcher, Matt Ostrowski, with the chaos of everything. The Oilmen went to their bullpen and brought in a sidewinder.
Ostrowski, a little bit different from Quinn earlier, and looking to get a handle on this game as Nanfeld takes outside for ball one. You know, we kept saying our requests for the Corn Dogs this game, and they've come through. They have definitely given us an exciting game here, and they're looking like a pretty formidable team, I must say, as Nanfeld takes ball number 2, count 2-1.
Yeah, and that thing we were looking for was the extra base hit for the first time in Corn Dog history, and it was Austin Ridgway that delivered.
Here comes the 2-1, fouled off, 2-2. Nanfeld today was able to reach earlier on a walk. He's currently still looking for his first hit as a Corn Dog.
He's looking for his first official at-bat in this game with 2 walks.
Fouled straight back once again. Try not to hit the GoPro.
I believe that was Tyler Schultz that already did that. Yeah. And the funniest part about it is I didn't even realize that the camera had went out because it was still a perfect view of the game.
Definitely. And it's a little bit hard to tell with the outfielders in the back if there's any movement going on. And we were having some great conversations with some special guests. So we were a little bit caught up in everything. Here comes the 2-2. Fouled off again by Nanfeld. Currently battling with Ostrowski.
And Nanfeld does a really good job of not jumping at the pitch or waiting for it for too long where he gets past him. He waits a good amount of time for the 2-seamer or the slider to work in or away from him. And he gets a good piece of it, and that's why he's been able to get on base consecutively tonight and try to make it 3 straight times.
Yeah, Nanfeld's the type of guy who's going to wait for his pitch that he wants. Here comes the 2-2 swing and a miss from Nanfeld. Looking for a big hit there. That's out number 2 for bottom of the 6th here. Up comes Austin Ridgway. Currently one for one on the day. Had that great extra base hit. Believe was a triple.
No, it was a double, and he advanced to third on the throw.
Third, yes. Was almost able to score all 3 runners on base, as that's fouled off to the right.
And Jaden Deal was on the move on that pitch. And normally for catchers, they're a little bit slower because they have to squat behind home plate all the time, catch some long games, long innings, whatever it may be. But Jaden Deal, he's got some good speed. He's tied for first in stolen bases on the squad with 2, and they were both in the last game against the Oilmen.
Definitely got some speed on the Oilmen overall. And like I was saying earlier, from what I've been able to tell, obviously this is still a relatively new squad to me. We have a very talented roster here. So Austin Ridgway stays patient for ball 1. Counts 1-1.
Yeah, Nona Ralph Flores kind of alluded to that. He felt he had a very good team on paper, but you can't win games with the best roster on paper. It's just how it goes because things happen.
As that one's hit straight to Ostrowski, who's going to make the easy play to first base there. Ostrowski was ready for it as Austin Ridgway hits it straight to him. That's out number 3. And we will head to the top of the 7th when we get back. Welcome back to Legacy Field, home of the Lake County Corn Dogs. Attorney David Gladish represents clients that have cases involving personal injury, wrongful death, auto accidents, medical malpractice, and more. Visit dgladishlaw.com to learn more. Also a friendly reminder from Macron. Macron, the official jersey partner of the Lake County Corn Dogs. Work hard, play harder. And on the subject, Andrew and I absolutely love what the Corn Dogs have out there on the field this season. The great mixture of blue and yellow looks great, and we have yet to see the alternate jersey for the Corn Dogs this season, which we've heard is a nice white-out jersey. Plezak still on the mound for the Corn Dogs. He's been having a great game today, and the Corn Dogs still continuing their impressive streak of scoreless innings. 21 scoreless innings a couple ago, and they're looking to keep this up. Here comes Chris Baker, center fielder for the Oilmen. Had a great game on Thursday with a couple great hits and stolen bases. Hit the ball similarly to Gavin Terry, who both were able to get a good piece of the ball. And from what Coach Justin Heisman was saying the other day, with players not really being able to see the ball how they want to this season, Baker is one of those who that is not the case for him so far. Here comes the first, and that is straight at the feet of Chris Baker, and he takes that one in the shin. Correction, he's able to avoid that pitch somehow. From right here, it's looking like that went straight into his legs. And that's ball 1. Still at the plate is Baker. Plezak collects himself. The 1-0. Swing and a miss from Baker. Thought he liked what he saw there, but a little too late on that one. And that was really the first wild pitch we've seen from Plezak today. He's been able to keep a lot of control on the ball. And I'm still confused how Baker was able to avoid that. Another swing and a miss from Baker there. Counts 1 and 2. Able to skip over the ball. Almost looked like it went right through him. Plezak. Baker calls time. Needs to take a moment to rethink things after 2 unsuccessful swings. Count is 1 and 2. No outs. Top of the 7th for the Northwest Indiana Oilmen. Here comes the 1-2. Hit straight back into left. There goes Hanson. And he just completely lost it as it was off to the left of him. Not quite sure what he was looking at, but Baker is going to be able to reach third there. And I'm not sure if Hanson lost it in the lights there or if he thought someone else was going to get it. I don't think that he saw that ball at all, but Baker is currently on third, and that'll go down as a triple for him.
I wonder if maybe the ball went above the lights and Hanson lost it going to his left and then it ended up on his right. Or maybe it's the clouds. The sun has set. But, yeah, he completely lost it. And for Baker, that's the easiest triple he ever hit in his career.
He was barely even chugging it along there on the bases. Players were ready to come in. And that is Marshall, who hits it straight to Plezak, who's able to get the out at first, but not before Baker scores, making that a 4-1 ball game.
And there goes the streak of consecutive innings without allowing any runs for the Corn Dogs, coming in at 16 and had 6 scoreless frames today. So we got up to a consecutive 22 innings, which is remarkable. And unfortunately for Plezak, that goes down as an earned run because the ball wasn't touched by a fielder.
Here's Hodges up to bat. He takes ball 1.
Actually got to go down on field level for the first time during a live game, and I will say Plezak's fastball is mean.
He's been fooling guys all night tonight. As Hodges pops that one straight up. And that one goes into the crowd. Crowd's calling for everyone to look out. And there go the kids trying to run after that foul ball there. Great souvenir to come away with at a game. Caught a couple foul balls myself at local Railcats games, but just came up short at a Cubs game. Never caught a foul ball at a Major League Baseball game.
Do you still dream of you possibly catching that baseball at a Cubs game?
Oh, I dream of myself being out there catching that ball. The 1-0, that's down in the dirt for ball 2. Yeah, I'm not quite sure if earlier Hanson was even aware that ball was coming towards him at all. I mean, guys were looking all around like nothing even happened, and that's a swing and a miss from Hodges there. 2-1 the count. And just a friendly reminder, Misprint, the official printing partner of the Lake County Corn Dogs, we specialize in delivering the highest quality signs and printing on time and within budget. Big or small, we do it all. Visit misprintindiana.com to learn more about our services. As Jason Hodges hits that one right to first baseman Donovan Nanfeld, and he is not able to come up with that. So Jason Hodges will reach first there on an error by Donovan Nanfeld.
Yeah, I mean, Nanfeld went to his right, actually, his right, and was going to make the play, but it hit a soft spot of dirt, and it totally went the different direction on Nanfeld, and nothing you could do there. It's going to go down as a single. It was assisted by the infield.
Don't have too great of a view of first base from where I'm sitting myself, and I think that's another broken bat as Nanfeld is able to come up and make the catch for out number 2.
Yeah, and don't forget, with all these broken bats, we may have to have a bonfire after the game
Exactly.
to sacrifice some of these bats.
I've been hearing cracks of the bat left and right these past 2 games. That's what you get in a wooden bat league.
Yeah, I may have to go pick up some marshmallows, graham crackers, and chocolate after the game. The question is, are you more of a Hershey's guy or Reese's on your s'mores?
Oh, I think Reese's on a s'mores is a no-go.
A no-go?
You keep it classic.
Oh,
with
come
the
on.
Hershey's bar.
That's it. You're fired.
Maybe Reese's aren't so bad. Maybe I'll have to try it myself.
No, that's a specialty. Me and my family used to go camping all the time, and that was, I don't know if we didn't have Hershey's too often, just if you wanted a different taste, but it was always Reese's, mostly because the Reese's would fly off.
I may have tried that a couple times in my life as Zarnecki fouls that one straight back. 1-1 the count.
Couldn't even tell you the last time I had a s'more, to be honest with you.
Definitely great memories from back in the day.
Whenever I hear s'mores, I instantly think of the baseball movie classic that is The Sandlot. S'more of what? How can I have a s'more of anything if I haven't had anything?
Here comes the 0-1. That's outside as there goes. And that is an errant throw from Jaden Deal as Jason Hodges is able to reach second there on the dropped pitch. Zarnecki still at the plate. 1-1 the count. And that's one of the first times that we've seen a throw from Jaden Deal go a little bit off target, as Donovan Noble had to go off to the left of second base to make that catch there. And that one's out of the reach of Plezak as it's hit towards him, but Noble makes the out at first. Donovan Nanfeld gets the easy play from Donovan Noble. And that is out number 3 as we go to the top of the 8th inning, bottom of the 7th inning when we get back. And we have a pitching change for the Oilmen. Nicholas Hayden out on the mound. And today's pitching change is brought to you by IBEW Local 697. Pitching change brought to you, proud partner of the Corn Dogs. Another friendly reminder, Off Square Brewing, the official brewing partner of the Lake County Corn Dogs. At Off Square Brewing, we strive to be just that, off square. We think and brew outside the box, and that is a deep drive into right field. And that is dropped by Jason Hodges. And Donovan Noble is able to reach first base on that drop by outfielder Jason Hodges. We think and brew outside the box from Off Square Brewing, proud partner of the Lake County Corn Dogs.
And a great at-bat there from Donovan Noble. He saw first pitch fastball from Hayden, who just came into the game and served it into right. The wind also helped him out there, able to knock it down in front of Hodges out in right field and pick up a base hit.
Here's Jacob Ferry up to bat. He takes outside. And Kyle Zarnecki thinks about throwing it, trying to get Noble out at first. He was taking a little bit too much of a lead there.
You talked about Off the Square Brewing and the ad read for this bottom of the 7th, and they have some pretty cool cups I can see to my left.
I'd have to grab me one of those. 0-1, 1-0. And that's a swing and a miss.
Filled with water, right, Noel?
Oh, yeah, filled with water. Just so everyone knows, not 21 yet. It will be filled with water. Or my personal favorite, Dr. Pepper.
Or Dr. Pepper. Yeah, Dr. Pepper's good. Official drink sponsor of college football.
Here comes the 1-1. And there goes Noble to second. He is safe. The throw too late from Zarnecki. Noble showing off his speed there. Yeah, And these Corn Dogs are just not scared to take off for second. We have seen that so many times from them. And tonight, everything is coming into play. The situational hitting, the stealing, not to mention some misplays from the Oilmen on defense.
And Donovan Noble, he went full Superman there. Did you see him full length out like Charlie Hustle, which was Pete Rose when sliding into third base when he was with the Reds?
Here comes the 2-1. That's outside, ball 3. And you just love to see it. You know, this is a summer league for guys who are playing in college, and just seeing them willing to, throw their bodies on the line out there and give it their all, it's just a great sight to see for the community.
That's what you get when you have college athletes like this. I mean, they have nothing to lose.
No.
They just want to come out here, play and have fun, and play their hardest. And that's what we've seen in the first 3 games.
Here comes the 3-1, and that's fouled straight back over the press box. And, yeah, I mean, these guys are just out there trying to show everything they have. They're trying to prove themselves, show that they've got what it takes to make it. Full count here for Jacob Ferry, who was able to reach base earlier. Finally got some of that confidence, that much-needed confidence for him. Here's the pitch. Hit straight down the gap. And here's the throw. Oh, and he drops it. Tyler Fomakanen, unable to transfer the ball from his glove to his hand. And Jacob Ferry is going to reach first base again. And Donovan Noble now over on third. A couple different misplays by the Oilmen on defense here. And now, no outs for the Corn Dogs. Runners on first and third with Tyler Schultz up at the plate. Strike 1 for Tyler Schultz. Runners on first and third. 4-1 the score here. Lake County Corn Dogs on top. Nicholas Hayden pitching. Swing and a miss from Tyler Schultz.
And this is where things get interesting. It's 0-2. You have runners on the corners. You don't want to get to 1 out and then hit into a double play because that would end the threat. And the way that top of the 7th go, it gave the Oilmen some much needed momentum, finally scoring against the Corn Dogs. Try to get that run back.
The pitch, and that's just barely tipped by Schultz, fouled straight back. This is one of those situations where if you're Schultz, you can poke this one deep into the outfield. You can send Noble home. I'm sure he will have no problem reaching with the speed that he's shown off today. Corn Dogs haven't seen too many of those at-bat situations yet. The pitch, outside for ball 1, 1-2 the count.
And we mentioned it earlier with Tyler Schultz. He's drove in 31 runs this year for PNW, which tied for first for most on the team this year. So he knows what it's like to get up here in big situations and drive in runs.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for Tyler Schultz. He wanted every piece of that ball. That is out number 1 for the bottom of the 7th inning. Here comes Scott Hanson, currently 1 for 3 on the day. Now, this is a situation for Scott. Obviously, you had that very strange play in the outfield earlier. You can get some more RBIs on the season for Scott. You'll definitely feel better about today's game. The pitch, and that's strike 1. Just caught the edge of the strike zone there. Once again, some great officiating tonight from the boys in blue. Nothing too crazy where players are getting upset. And there's a deep ball into center. Noble getting ready, and he takes off. The throw to home, a little too high, and Noble scores for the Corn Dogs. 5-1. Corn Dogs on top. Tyler Schultz able to drive in. Scott Hanson able to drive in. Donovan Noble. And the Corn Dogs get that much-needed run. Like I said, Scott Hanson probably feeling pretty good about himself right now.
And for Hanson, it was really him that gave up that run in the top of the 7th by misplaying that baseball. But the Corn Dogs get the run back from his sacrifice fly. So it all evens out.
And there's another one. That's going to get past Nicholas Rimkus. And Doug Loden is going to reach first. Bases loaded for the Corn Dogs with 2 outs. Bats are alive tonight for the Corn Dogs. They are finding each gap and finding ways to score in every way imaginable.
There's the 7th hit for the Corn Dogs in this game. They've gotten a hit from every inning since the 2nd. So they're going up there being way more aggressive today than they were yesterday. I thought they were a little bit too passive on balls that are right down the middle. But today they're looking to ambush the Oilmen, and it's been successful.
Danny Puplava now at the plate for the Corn Dogs. 2 outs, runners on first and second, up 5-1, bottom of the 7th inning. And Puplava was able to score earlier. He was a part of that big inning for the Corn Dogs. The pitch, strike called. 1-1 the count. And like I said earlier, Corn Dogs have found just about every piece of the field today with their hits. That one's inside for strike number 2. 1-2 the count. That was a little bit to the right of where Danny Puplava wanted. Nicholas Hayden. And there's a deep drive. Chris Baker having to run forward for it, but it is Nolan Rimkus who's able to be there and make the out. That is a pop-up out number 3. That sends us to the top of the 8th inning, and we will be right back.
Getting late in the ball game, and the Lake County Corn Dogs lead it 5-1. They've gone to the bullpen. And a friendly reminder that every pitching change is brought to you by IBEW Local 697, proud partner of your Lake County Corn Dogs. And the man that has answered the bell for Justin Heisman is Ryan Droxel. Comes in from Indiana Tech, rated 8.54 ERA, where he pitched 26 in the 3rd innings, allowed 26 hits, 25 earned runs. He walked 15 and struck out 14. He goes behind the mound, and he's ready to go after gathering his thoughts. Droxel pitched earlier this season. He pitched on Monday. We went an inning of work and picked up a strikeout. He fires a strike to start off his day. Celebrated a birthday yesterday, so happy birthday to Ryan Troxel. The rain prevented us from celebrating at the ballpark, but we'll wait a day late. Troxel's set, and the 0-1. He goes down low, 1-1. Troxel, the former team MVP of the Valpo Vikings a few years ago, where he dominated that season, had a great year for Valpo. The 1-1, and it's inside, 2-1. Troxel is 6'3", 220. He's set. Counts 2-1, the pitch. And he paints that outside corner for strike two. So the count moves to 2-2 in the top of the 8th inning. Troxel getting the sign from Jaden Deal. He's set at the belt. Here we go. In on the hands, right back to Troxel. Troxel walks it over, shovels it over to Nanfeld, and there's one out to start off Ryan Troxel's day from the bump.
Now, tell me, Andrew, have you seen much of anything from the Oilmen in these past 2 games in terms of offense?
Not much, no. The run they did score at the top of the 7th inning came from a misplayed baseball from Scott Hanson, which we can't pin on him entirely because it just seems as though he lost it. It's not as though that he dropped the ball and then they're able to score, but the Corn Dogs pitching staff has just been electric. As Troxel throws one down low and away, 1-0. He's doing battle against Nolan Rimkus in the bottom of this Northwest Indiana Oilman lineup. That's on the outside corner for strike one. And to your point, Nolan, for the Oilmen, they may be going through a phase like the Corn Dogs are with not having their best players just yet. So we're waiting to see what these two teams will really shape up to be once these players do arrive. Count is 2-1 to Rimkus, and he fouls it straight back. It's 2-2. So Cabeza led off this inning, grounded out back to the pitcher for the first out. And for the Oilmen tonight, they just have 2 hits, and they both came in that 7th inning, the triple and then the single from Hodges. And the foul ball to the right. We'll do 2-2 again. Corn Dogs come into this game with a 1-1 record, losing their first game against the Vikings on Monday. Close game 3-2. They won on Thursday 5-0 and are in line to pick up their second straight win and win the series a day early. The 2-2 pitch sinks down low, and it's a full count to Rimkus, who is over 2. He reached on an error, and he struck out looking against Frank Plezak, who leaves after great 7 innings. The payoff pitch is swung on and missed, strike 3. We contact the first batter against Troxel, and he picks up a strikeout, and there's 2 gone. And with 2 outs, it's a friendly reminder that Plumbers Local 210 is a proud partner of the Lake County Corn Dogs. We strive to provide and maintain education of apprentices and upgrading of journeymen in the plumbing industry. Two gone. Troxel picks up his second strikeout on the season, and he faces the top of the order. That's Dom Curcio, who watches one miss the strike zone. He's 0 for 3 with a fly out to left, hit to a 6-4-3 double play, and then lined out to left again. So Scott Hanson's been the recipient of 2 outs from Curcio, who's a left-handed hitter, but all 3 baseballs he's hit has gone to the opposite way.
Troxel's another pitcher out there, pretty tall, 6'3". Definitely noticed that when standing out there next to him today.
2-0 pitch, hitting in the air, left side. Is it playable? And it will go into the stands, 2-1. Yeah, we did the question of the day, which was if you could sit with any historical figure, who would it be and why? Or if you could have dinner with them. Correction. And I wrote the question. I just said it wrong on air. And Troxel said Nolan Ryan, which I heard Babe Ruth, Nolan Ryan, Hank Aaron from Austin Ridgeway, and he's hitting like Hank Aaron today with that extra base hit down the left field line. So he spoke into existence. The 2-1 is hit into the right field line. Is it fair? And it is. Curcio hits the corner. He's heading for second base. Here comes the throw from Ferry. It's offline, but Tyler Schultz was able to haul it in to make sure it doesn't go in the left field. And that's a 2-out stand-up double for Dom Curcio. Good piece of hitting.
Definitely. And that ball had some heat to it going there. Ferry was unable to get even close to it. And that's another great play by Schultz there. I mean, he had to catch that backhanded on the move to make sure that ball didn't go any further.
Tyler Schultz really inherited his wide receiver right there, really going on the move, making that catch about chest high. And the first offering to Fama Cannon is in the dirt, 1-0. Fama Cannon also 0 for 3 tonight. 2 groundouts to Schultz at short, and then a strikeout looking against Plezak back in the first. But for the Oilmen, they would love to get something going here with it getting late in the ball game, trying not to move to 500 on the year. They head in this series 2-0, and there's a strike, 1-1, a breaking ball from Droxel. So they won the first 2 games against the Joliet Generals, a team that they lost to in last year's championship series. The 1-1 is just down low, 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, runner on second. And then they beat up on the Crestwood Panthers right before this series started. And then they lost on Thursday, and they're trailing 5-1 in the top of the 8th today. Droxel misses the mark there. It's 3-1.
Here's some fans attempting the old hey batter, batter, hey batter, batter swing. But Fama Cannon is not falling for that today.
That's the good old Ferris Bueller tactic right there. The 3-1, swing and a miss. That worked that time. It's now 3-2. The count's full with 2 outs to Fama Cannon.
Now, usually I'm not one to believe in jinxes, but I feel like everything I say today,
it's a real thing. It's a real thing. You'll even carry into your daily life. Trust me. You have been bestowed a curse, my friend. Payoff pitch. And it's just in tight to Fama Cannon. So a 3-2 walk. And the inning will continue for the Oilmen as Chris Baker will come up. As Baker was the recipient of that misplayed ball from Scott Hanson in left field as he got the triple. And then came around to score the first run in this series for the Oilmen off the 1-3 putout of David Marshall right after him. And he'll be on deck in this at-bat. Droxel drops in a strike. Settling back in after giving up the double down the line and then issuing a walk.
It's a little frustrating for the Corn Dogs players when you've got these 2 outs and you're just looking to end the inning so close to the end of the game.
Right back to Droxel. He tackles it. It goes to his right. He regains it, throws the first. It's slow, and gets past Nanfeld. Coming in from third is Curcio, but he actually hit the brakes and went back. And with that E1 from Ryan Droxel, the tying run will come up to the plate. Just a misplay ball from Droxel. He thought he had to rush himself, but he really didn't. I mean, the ball was hit right to him with a little bit of speed, not too much where he couldn't handle it. But then he spiked it, and that's a tough play for Nanfeld over at first base, and it skipped by him. And with that error, that's now 3 errors on the Corn Dogs tonight. Droxel, in a tough situation, settles in, throws a strike. He paints to the outside corner against David Marshall. Marshall, in this game, is 1 for 3, and he takes another strike. Backdoor breaking ball from Droxel. It's the first time the Corn Dogs have had to hold their breath. The Oilmen occupy every base. Marshall is set. Droxel gets it signed. The pitch. It's got him! Ryan Droxel settles in, goes to the breaking ball, and says good morning, good afternoon, and good night to David Marshall. And that ends the threat. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 5-1 Corn Dogs. After a very exciting top of the 8th inning, the Corn Dogs prevent the Oilmen from scoring as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Corn Dogs up 5-1, but before we get into action, Purdue Federal Credit Union is the official credit union of the Lake County Corn Dogs. Purdue Federal Credit Union in Indiana offers valuable banking solutions, including checking accounts, saving accounts, mortgages, credit cards, business solutions, student banking, and much more. Visit PurdueFed.com to learn more today. Ball low. Again, that's PurdueFed.com to learn more today. 1-0 to Jaden Deal, and it looks like we're having technical difficulties once again, so we'll call this very descriptively. The 1-0 offering is swung out and missed from Deal. Count moves to 1-1. Deal on the day is 1 for 3 with a single in the 6th inning, but he also has struck out twice today. Friates is the new pitcher, and the swing and the miss, now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Corn Dogs trying to add an insurance run here, up 5-1. Try and pick up their second straight win against the Oilmen. The 1-2, and then swing and a miss on a great breaking ball from Freitas. And there's the first strikeout for Freitas' day, and there's 1 gone in the bottom of the 8th inning. And with that pitching change, every pitching change is brought to you by IBEW Local 697, proud partner of the Lake County Corn Dogs. Dan Felt is the new hitter. And we'll watch one get painted on that outside portion of the plate for strike 1. And is calling this game, also checking out what's going on the south side tonight as the Cubs are playing the White Sox. And funny part about it, and swinging a miss again from Nanfelt, 0-2. It's the same score here as it is on the south side, 5-1 for the boys in blue. I won't go further in the detail who my team is. 0-2 pitch, sinks down low, a breaking ball from Freitas. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Nanfelt. Freitas pitched the other night for the Oilmen as he came in for Pappas, who had that that very long inning, the 1-2, and Nanfelt is down on strikes. So Freitas comes in and picks up 2 straight strikeouts, and we'll have 2 gone for Austin Ridgway.
At the point where these guys are just going to be swinging, and then hope their defense can hold up for this top of the 9th. Get out of here with a win, potentially.
Well, this is the man that delivered the big knock in the bottom of the 4th inning. He takes 1 for a strike. We hit that first double down the left field line to score in 2 runs. That was Loden and Poplava at the time. And gave the Corn Dogs a 4-0 lead. 0-1. Big swing from Ridgway. He missed. It's 0-2. But for Ridgway, that's a huge hit, because if it wasn't for that hit, the score would be drastically different. It would be 3-1 in the bottom of the 8th inning. 0-2, and Ridgway does not take his best swing, and he's down on strikes, and Freitas comes in, strikes out the side, all by the swinging variety. If you don't want to go anywhere, we head to the 9th. Corn Dogs 3 outs away from moving the 2-2. It's 5-1 LC.